Hello everybody, Aaron the Nintintrovert here, and welcome back to part 3 of our Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back playthrough. As you can see, we've got our boy Crash here. He's getting a little impatient, tapping his foot here, and just look at it. This is one sexy Bandicoot right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is peak masculinity. Like he's doing a little break dance there. Just look at him. Watch him do this masculine strut up toward the camera. Look at that. That's just some Giga Chad alpha male energy right there. He's so beautiful. He's so beautiful. Crash Bandicoot, he's almost as orange as I am. He's the most beautiful Bandicoot I've ever seen. I don't know why I did a Trump impression there. My voice impressions are not representative of my my political views. We'll do a Bernie Sanders impression later just to prove that. We play all sides here. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I said at the end of our last episode that this particular world's got some of my favorite levels in the game, so I'm really looking forward to hopping right into these. We got Road to Ruin, Unbearable, Plant Food, Sooner or Later, Bear Down. So yeah, let's just jump right into one. Let's start with Bear Down, I think is where we're going to go first. So this is another one of those levels where I'm riding on the back of a polar bear. It's kind of I guess you could say kind of an auto runner in a way. I kind of hate to say that because it makes it sound like this is some kind of a mobile thing, but it's not really anything like that. We can just like swipe into three different lanes or whatever. I really like how in the remake they changed the lighting based on like if it's a repeating theme, like we've already had like a snow level like this where we're riding on the back of a polar bear here, but they change it in this game where this one's kind of a little bit more, I don't know if it's at sunset or at dusk, but definitely a different lighting going on, kind of more of a pink pastel kind of a color scheme. So I think that's really neat. Like each time they reuse one of the level themes, they change up the lighting to make it a little bit more unique compared to the original where all these bear levels more or less kind of look the same. But yeah, we're just making our way through here, trying not to miss any of the boxes, because if I miss any boxes, I will die, and I do mean that literally. I'm going to kill Crash here if we miss any of them, because we're going to try to get them all on our way through, break all the boxes here, so we can get our gem at the end of the level. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this level might have a secret exit. Okay, that was really close. I don't know what just happened there. It was like we splashed into the water there without actually dying. I don't know what that was about. Dodge these nitro boxes here because they will kill us. And we're doing pretty good so far. I was expecting us to die by now, but it looks like we made it through to the end of the level pretty seamlessly. Knock on wood, because I do see that we are going to have to go backwards there, break that nitro detonator and grab our gem, and now we're going to head back toward the camera here, because if we hop across these platforms here, we can make it to a little secret. So this is going to teleport us, and let's see where it takes us here, because I honestly don't remember. Crash once again pulling out those crystals from some precarious places. I don't know where he puts those. Doing his sexy little dance there. Just look, ladies, do you not just want to just marry this man? Like Crash Bandicoot, he's got it going on. I'm telling you, he like Crash Bandicoot and chill. Am I right, ladies? Okay, that's enough being weird. I'll go back to being normal now for the next 5 seconds. Okay, so yeah, this takes us... Oh, I probably should have tried to get those 1-ups there. Oh well, it's too late for that now. But this takes us back to a previous level, I believe, where we were unable to get all of the boxes on our previous go-through because we didn't have this secret area opened up. So we'll go through here. Make our way, detonate all the nitro, and then is this going to take us back to the start of the level? I think is what's going to happen here. Yeah, I don't guess there's any boxes back before here that we're missing, hopefully not. So yeah, let's just proceed to the route here and try not to die, because if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the level that has a death route where you need to get to a certain part of the level without dying in order to take that path where you can... maybe get some extra boxes, although now that I'm thinking about it, it might have just been a secret gem. There might not have actually been any extra boxes down that path that we needed. So yeah, let's just get all the boxes and maybe just ignore that secret death route for now. Because yeah, the more I think about it, we might not actually need to take that. We might have already gotten all that we needed from there last time. But yeah, let's just make our way through here. Try not to touch these mines or whatever they're supposed to be. I guess they're mines. Never seen any mines shaped quite like that. But now this hippo, okay, I mistimed that. Notice when the hippo comes back up here, I'm pretty sure he's farting. I've never noticed that before, but you can see little bubbles coming out from his from under his tail there. He's not doing it yet, but he was. There he goes. Yeah, he's farting, I'm telling you. He's got very ugly nose hairs. I don't know why he looks so so disgusting in this in the remake compared to how he did on the PS1. I'll talk about how I do feel like the remaster is the definitive way to play the original. What just happened? Did I get crushed by that block? I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. That was really weird, but okay. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I think the Crash Remastered Trilogy here is the definitive way to play the original 3 Crash Bandicoot games, but I do still love the original versions on the PS1. I've got a lot of nostalgia for the 64-bit graphics or whatever. I would love to see those versions make it over to modern consoles. Same with Spyro. I don't know if they ever will. Activision, or I guess Microsoft, who owns the rights now, would be interested in porting over the PS1 versions, because it's I kind of get from their perspective where it's like, well, what's the point? We've already got the the remake version, so what's the point in trying to sell the same games twice? Wouldn't that just be competing with each other? I died trying to break that box. So yeah, let's hope we don't have to do that to Deathroot, because we definitely can't do it now. There we go. We got it this time. Yeah, you can see back there it's now transparent because where we died, so we can't go along that path. But yeah, so they might see it as irrelevant to release the same game twice, but at the same time, I mean, you know, if Sony can put out a remaster of what is it, the Last of Us they're putting out the remaster of, or is it Uncharted? One of the two, I think. I don't know. I don't follow Sony super closely like I do Nintendo, but I know one of them they're remaking, quote unquote, for the PS5, remastering, but it looks almost exactly the same. Okay, I had a feeling I was going to mistime that jump there. I jumped a little too early because I wanted to make sure I didn't land on that our little jet ski thing there, because once we get on it, there's no way to get back off. But we had the checkpoint right there, though, so no harm, no foul. And yeah, I think we are going to get all the boxes. We've already got the majority, so I don't think there was any along that death route. And like I said before, I don't know if I'll go for 100% in this game or not. I might come back to it like I did, or said that I would, possibly in Mario 64. But I feel like in this game, most of the levels you can kind of 100% just along the way. You know, you don't really have to go out of your way too much. Whereas in Mario 64, to get all 120 stars, you have to do a lot of extra work there. So I might just get this game all in one go. But we'll see. I don't know. Not for sure. So don't hold me to anything, because I'm not making any promises there. But yes, we've got that level. We'd already beaten this level, but now we were able to get all the gems. So now we'll go back up to the third floor we were at and proceed on to the next level here. Unfortunately, if you already grab the gem and the crystal or whatever, you don't actually have to get to the end of the level, like in that polar bear level here that we did, Bear Down. So yeah, we should be good there. So now we'll go into Unbearable. It's another bear level, but this one's a little bit different from the last one. You know, you might go into it at first thinking, oh, we're gonna have another polar bear ride or something like we just did, which would be a little weird to have two of those back to back. But no, instead it's more like one of those boulder levels we had, where you don't have to run from the boulder. Only this time, jump scare. It's a freaking polar bear. But not a baby this time. This is the mama bear, I guess, or the daddy bear. I don't know. I've not checked his genitalia to verify that one way or the other. But anyway, so yeah, we're just continuing right along here, trying to not get killed by the bear of indeterminate gender. I'm not doing the greatest job here. Okay, there we go. So we got to our checkpoint here, and I don't know if he's dead. He doesn't appear to be moving. Well, I guess his jaw's moving a little bit there. But yeah, we escaped, and so yeah, knock on wood, would sure hate to jinx it, but I think that takes care of our polar bear problems. Or maybe not. Okay, so we're just continuing to make our way through the level here. get these boost pads to speed us up a little bit. And I used to be terrified of this polar bear on the PS1 version of the game. I feel like it doesn't look quite as menacing here in the remake, although it does look more realistic. But I don't know, like whenever you die, it like laughs at you. And in this game, it's kind of a more I don't know, more lighthearted laugh, but in the original it was, I don't know, it just kind of creeped me out the way it smiled at you. But we actually can jump down this hole here. There is a secret. Again, it's another one of those things, if you didn't have like a strategy guide back in the day, I don't know how you would have, you know, found this out. But in the remake, they do kind of give you hints as to where there's secret collectibles and stuff. And from what I remember, this challenge is a little tricky. We got to go here to get all the boxes. So I very well could die here, but I'll try my best to not. I may be a little bit rusty. I've not played this game. It's been about a week since our last recording session. I set up this YouTube channel and I recorded my Mario 64 playthrough as well as the first part of my Crash 2 playthrough. The first two parts actually while I was on vacation for a week. But yeah, I've since you know gone back to work and haven't really had as much time for recording. But it is currently July 3rd, which means I'm off tomorrow for good old Independence Day here in the States. The day that we broke free from Britain's tyrannical rule, where we had to pay taxes, and now we're a free country, and we, by God, still have to pay taxes. So it all worked out in the end. We totally made a lot of progress there. But yeah, so I've got a little bit more time to record. I would like to record more over this weekend. Hopefully, finish off the Crash Bandicoot 2 playthrough here and get it all uploaded to YouTube. And then I'll start my next playthrough, which will probably be either Spyro or Cuphead. I was leaning toward Spyro, but I don't know. We'll just see what I'm most in the mood for once we get there. But yeah, so far, forgot about these little mole guys, but thankfully he spawned right underneath us, so we didn't have to worry about dying there. Okay, we've got our three masks here, our Aku Akus, and so we are temporarily invincible, so we're going to gun it. Okay, well, we're closer to the end than I thought we were. But yeah, not too much trouble on there. I feel like I usually struggle a lot more with that, and I feel like that's a glitch. I don't think that one block is supposed to, not block, but one plank, I couldn't think of the word for some reason, is just staying there. I think they were all supposed to break off, but whatever. So we'll go down here, got our little bonus area, collect the 12 boxes in here. But yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. We've only had I think maybe the 1 or 2 deaths so far, which we're still pretty early into our playthrough. But I don't know, we got a decent number last time, so we'll see if hopefully we can keep that death counter a little bit lower this time. We've got to hit that, make our way over here, do a little one of these. And yeah, those other 4 boxes we can't get right now because we got to get the detonator at the end that blows up all the nitro, which is actually right there. So yeah, speak of the devil. Okay, back to running from our good pal here, the polar bear. Got to break through these fences here, which are very weirdly almost kind of nostalgic for me, not just for Crash Bandicoot, but just like, I remember that fencing, just that type. I feel like that's very common. You see in a lot of places, but we had that at a place that I used to live growing up as a kid. Just that kind of wooden fence with kind of the diamond pattern. We're dead. Yeah, I needed to slide a little bit later there. There he goes laughing at me, that son of a... Needed to slide a little bit later there to break it and then clear the electric fence there. But yeah, actually I wasn't thinking. I think I had some of my Aku Aku mask that would have protected me, didn't I? So I probably should have just taken that hit from the electricity. I didn't think about that. So now we're redoing it, and we're without our masks. But oh well. COVID season is over, so we can take our masks off now. It's 2024, so until the next pandemic hits, we're golden. Okay, now we're riding on the baby bear, helping us get away from the mama or whatever's going on here. I don't know. Maybe this is a polyamorous relationship, and all 4 of these polar bears are the mama. I don't know. I'm not here to judge them. Dodge these fences here. Do a little one of these, and yeah, there we go. We made it to the end of the level. Hopefully, we got all the boxes. Can we take a look and see here? Yes. So let's grab our gem. And once again, though, we're not going to get to the end of the level. We're going to turn around and go back, because if we hop back here, we should get warped to another secret again. Don't know how you would find out about this back in the day, but I think once we get to our polar bear friend here, yep, we're going to teleport, and it should open up another secret level for us here. Totally Bear. Okay, ladies, here we go. This is what I was talking about. Crash is going to get even more sexy than he already is. He's going to get Totally Bear here in this one. This video might get demonetized. Not that I'm making any money off these videos anyway. We'll skip this cutscene here with Crash's sister Coco talking. She's actually voiced by Debbie Derryberry is her name, which is kind of a weird name. But she is the voice of Jimmy Neutron, if you watched Jimmy Neutron growing up, and she's done some other voices. I think she was the voice of, I can't remember what brand it is, but there's like these commercials for a, maybe it's Kleenex, like some kind of a nasal tissue commercial, or it's like a CG animated, you might know what I'm talking about, where it's like this kid that's always got just like a very red looking nose. But I'm pretty sure she does the voice on that, and probably some other stuff that I'm not thinking of right off. She was on an episode of The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, a few episodes as Nurgle Jr., if you remember that character. That might be a little bit of a deep cut, but some of you who grew up in the early 2000s like me probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, not too much. Oh, never mind, I just jinxed it. I was about to say not too much trouble so far, but we're going to have to kill ourselves here in the game. Don't do that in real life, please. Reach out and get help. It's not worth it. But yeah, we'll die there because we want to get all the boxes. It's a little tricky to get those. You have to kind of hold down the R1 button to do a little charge. Only got 2 that time. It's kind of tricky to get these. You got to time it just right here. So hopefully, third time's the charm here. Just carefully making our way over here. Sometimes as I'm commentating, I just run out of stuff to say. It's like, well, what do I say at this point, especially like if I die? So I jumped a little too late on that one. Just got to get it just right. So sometimes I just start saying what I'm literally doing on the screen just to fill time. Just like, okay, now I'm grabbing some Wumpa fruit. Now I'm jumping over the little rabbit totem pole thing. Now I'm jumping over the gap, because it's like, what do I say? How am I supposed to fill the time here? Am I supposed to just shut up and just be quiet? That's not interesting commentary. But I don't know. We're still failing here. So yeah, let's try, and maybe we will get it this time. 4th time's the charm, or is it 5? I've lost count. I don't even know anymore. Dodge these whales. I don't know what kind of whales those are, if that's orcas or humpbacks. I don't know my whales. Killer whale, I don't know. I've not been to SeaWorld in a long time, okay? It's been a while since I've seen Shamu. Alright, this time we're not going to fail. Got to concentrate. Good deal. Now I got to just not miss any boxes and make it to the checkpoint. That's our next goal here. Good, we got the checkpoint. I think that's in the normal place, but sometimes the game will get merciful if you die a lot, and it will give you some additional checkpoints. It'll just replace one of the regular boxes with a checkpoint box, which is always kind of nice, even if it's out of pity. Like in a lot of games, if you kind of feel patronized if you die a lot, and the game will be like I've been playing this new Super Monkey Ball that came out, and it'll do that. If you die like 5 times in a level, it'll have a pop-up window that'll be like, would you like to switch to easy mode? And it's like, no, I don't want you to put it on baby mode and feel sorry for me. I'll do it the big boy way. But in Crash, you don't really get a choice. If you die, it just kind of automatically gives you extra checkpoints. But it's kind of nice, though. It's kind of one where I'll take it. But all right, Crash, I'll take it. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yes, we beat that one. Totally Bear. It's like Totally Bear, dude. Didn't struggle too much with that one. I mean, we died a handful of times there, but I feel like I usually die a lot more, so it's not too bad. So now let's go back to where we were previously here. Going up. And going up. Alright, and we've made it. So let's see. We have done both the bear levels. We got Road to Ruin, Plant Food, and Sewer Later. Let's go with, I'm thinking Sewer Later. We had to get around to this one Sewer Later, am I right? So we might as well. Said unlock a new path by getting the yellow gemstone elsewhere. Do we have that? No, we don't. I'm trying to think where the yellow gem is. Maybe we shouldn't do this one yet. Let's come back to that one later and see if we get the yellow gemstone in this world. That way we don't have to play it twice. Okay, looks like we get the yellow gem in plant food. I'm trying to remember where that one's at. I don't know. Let's just go for it. Let's do plant food. We'll come back to sewer later rather than sewer. This one kind of starts off with us in almost like a sewer, but let me just step outside and it's more just one of these river type levels where we get on our little waterboard thingamajig, and yeah, I don't remember what we got to do to get the gems in this one. If we can get all the boxes on our first go through. Okay, so there's a time gem where we got to beat it within the time limit. Let's just beat it regularly for now, because I don't know if we can get all the boxes in this one the first go through, but we'll just try it. And if not, or well, either way, we'll play it a second time and try to beat the time limit, which is probably what's going to give us our yellow one, I guess. But yeah, for right now, we'll just take our time, get all the boxes, and all that good stuff. So yeah, we don't need to jump on that hippo back there. We can just skip over that guy, get our little bonus area. You know, this is good because I can make a lot of Avatar references, and it's all from the same episode. Last time I referenced the boulder, which if you've seen Avatar is from the Blind Bandit episode when they first meet Toph. But we've also got hippos, and that was another character who was fighting in the tournament, Earth Rumble 6. We had the hippo. I don't know what that. He doesn't sound anything like that. He sounds more. He speaks kind of broken English. Hippo happy to see Blind Bandit. I don't know. I don't know if I'm probably not doing his voice very good, but yeah, I don't know if he's supposed to be a reference to. There's an old Nintendo game, I think from 1990, called Punch Out with. Little Mac, who's a character in Smash Brothers, and there's a fighter in that game named King Hippo who has kind of a similar body type to the hippo from Avatar. So I'm not sure if that's a Punch Out reference. Avatar's also got an episode with a character that kind of reminds you a lot of Ryu from Street Fighter. In the episode where they meet June the Bounty Hunter. I should probably shut up about Avatar. I don't know how many people here have seen that show or are interested in it. But it's a great show. You should watch it if you haven't before. It's on Netflix. I watched it back in the day as a kid. I watched it, before it was cool. When every episode came on Nickelodeon, I was one of the OG fans. But then they brought it to Netflix back during the pandemic, back in like 2020, and it just blew up in popularity. So now it's probably about on par with SpongeBob in terms of just Nickelodeon's most popular shows. But yeah, so now they've greenlit, they've got the live action Avatar series. They put out the first season on Netflix, and there's 2 more on the way, which I really enjoy the series. It's kind of got mixed reception. People either really love it or really hate it, depending on who you're talking to. I think we can all agree it's definitely a lot better than the M. Night Shyamalan adaptation of Avatar. But yeah, let's hop back in here and get that one that we have to beat within the time limit. But yeah, so they've greenlit 2 more seasons of the live-action Avatar series. Not sure when they'll be coming out, but they probably just started production on those not long ago, shortly after the first season wrapped up. Yeah, they've also greenlit. I think they're coming out with. I think they've confirmed they're doing a new Avatar animated series that I guess will be maybe the next Avatar after Korra or whatever. I don't know if it'll be like a earthbending Avatar set in like a more modern world. And then they're also coming out. I know for sure they've announced they're coming out with 3 Avatar movies. We're dead. I think I'm gonna have to exit and reset the level. Yeah, because I got the checkpoint here, so I don't think the timer. Okay, no, the timer still starts. I guess they fixed that in the remake. I think in the original, anyways, you would have to restart the whole level because if you got a checkpoint, then it wouldn't. The timer wouldn't show up for you to complete the time trial. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, they've confirmed 3 Avatar animated movies as well, which I think based on the way they've talked about them, I'm not sure if they're going to be, like hand-drawn, or they might actually be CG animated, which I don't typically like CG as much as like traditional 2D animation. So I don't know. We'll see how they end up turning out. I'm sure it'll still look good, but I would prefer if it is just you know, hand-drawn like the original shows. But yeah, they're coming out with, I think, a movie that's going to be about you know, Aang and friends from the original Avatar, set sometime after the events of the original show, where they're all a little bit older. And I think there's going to be one, I know there's going to be one focused on Korra, which Legend of Korra has also kind of had some mixed reception. Some people love it, some people weren't a big fan. I personally really enjoyed it, even if not as good as the original. But there's going to be a new movie about Korra, and then a third one that I think is maybe about Avatar Kyoshi, if I'm not mistaken about that. And I know they had some Kyoshi like graphic novel, or it might not have been a graphic novel, it might have just been like a regular, just straight up novel about Avatar Kyoshi. But I said I was going to shut up like probably 3 minutes ago, and I'm still going on talking about Avatar, so I'll shut up now and just talk about the game, because I don't know how many people are interested in Avatar. So let's go back into Sooner or Later. We got our yellow gem now. So we should be able to get whatever it is that we need the yellow gem for on this level. But yeah, look out for this guy here. They changed his scream when he dies to something more original, which I guess could be good depending on how you look at it. But I really like how he screamed before. It was kind of the... it's one of those like... it's kind of a meme that you just hear in a lot of cartoons. It's kind of like one of those like stock, like I guess public domain screaming sounds that would play when you kill that guy. I don't think it's the there's the one, what is it, the Wilhelm scream or whatever. I don't think it's that one. It's a different one where it's like I don't know. But yeah, it's another pretty popular scream that you hear in a lot of stuff. I think it's in that show, if anyone's ever seen Real Monsters, that Nickelodeon show, and we're dead. Another death animation I don't think we've seen yet, where you see Crash's skeleton. Again, I really like all the different death animations and stuff in the Crash game. It's kind of one of the things that kind of sets Crash apart. This is really tricky. There's just kind of a constant stream of electricity, so we got to be really careful not to get eeled. I guess that's all that's down here. I don't think there's any boxes or anything. So let's just end it all again. Crash feels like life's not worth living anymore. We've got 69 lives, nice. But yeah, let's slide through here and murder this man who no longer has that scream. Okay. Just got burned to ashes. Another. See, I'm just trying to show everybody all the unique death animations this game has to offer. See what kind of content creator would I be if you didn't get all the, you know, turn into an angel? You know you love to see it, but you know that's the kind of content you can't get anywhere else. But yeah, let's try not to die to this fella again here. Okay, well, we didn't exactly kill him, but, you know, we got around him is the important part. This is we're doing a pacifist run of this game, you know? Sometimes the depth perception can be a little tricky to gauge. Because in Crash, you don't exactly have, like, full camera control or anything to be able to get kind of a better angle of your environment, which for the most part, I wouldn't say it's too big of a problem, but sometimes the depth perception can be a little tricky. Crash always has a shadow underneath him, though, that makes it a little bit easier to line up like your jumps and things. But occasionally we still might mistime our angle there a little bit. What are you gonna do? But yeah, we've made our way through another little bonus here. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward one. And we're back up to 69 lives again. Nice. Now we gotta slide this enemy here, whatever he's supposed to be, that keeps spawning into these propellers here, because it's moving way too fast for us to get across if we didn't. Got another checkpoint here. Avoid the eels. Escalators, escalators, escalators. Eels. Okay, it's enough SpongeBob references. I think we've met our SpongeBob quota for the episode. I think that's only one I've made, but you know, I know I definitely made some in the other episodes. We'll try to keep it at a one SpongeBob reference per episode maximum. We blew ourselves up there, but that's okay. It's kind of a tricky jump. You got to jump just the right height, do a little short hop, and spin to break those boxes without touching the TNT ones. But we failed it, but that's okay. And I think that's just where that yellow gem route ends at. But we already got the gem from it, so we don't need to worry about it. And which way do we need to go first here? We can go left or right. I think right looks like it may be the way forward, so let's go left. I'm not 100% sure which one of these is the alternate way. Okay, yeah, I guess I did pick the right path. Well, okay, never mind. I guess we'll need to go back and hit the... I should have hit the exclamation back there that would have filled in those couple of missing boxes. So let's do that, and then we'll go back down the left path there. Alright, and there we go. Let's grab our purple boy here. Look out for the eel. There's a previous level in this game called okay, you stand on that platform too long and it sinks with you. Forgot about that. I didn't think it did it on the moving ones. I thought it was just the stationary ones, but oh well. But yeah, one of the other levels, I think it's one we've already played and not one that's coming up, one of these sewer levels. It's called the Eel Deal. I feel like they should have a level in this game called Mentally Ill. Would I think be very appropriate for the times. There might not have been as many people who were mentally ill back in the 90s when Crash first came out, but nowadays I think it would be a very oh my gosh, I got stuck. I couldn't get out of the corner there, but a very relatable level name for a lot of people now. I think everybody. I don't think anybody's doing well in the year of our Lord 2020s, but anyway, decade of our Lord, I should say, I guess. But anyway, Crash is pulling another gem out of his ear there. How can he hear? That's what I want to know. How's he not busted an eardrum yet? Like they're always saying not to put Q-tips in your ear. Crash just somehow shoves a whole crystal gem in there. I don't know how that works. That's got to be incredibly painful. It's got to be just like slicing his brain in two, because I mean diamonds, that's some pretty sharp stuff. Now I think this might be a level that we cannot beat, because see there's some platforms here that need filled in. I could be wrong about that. Let's just keep going. We'll get all the boxes just to be safe. Kill this creepy little rat dude. I hate the way that he looks at me. It's freaking, what's the rat name from Ratatouille? Is it like Remy or something like that, or am I completely making that up? I've not watched I've seen Ratatouille a handful of times, but I don't know if it's one of my favorites. Honestly, this is going to be a hot take that's probably going to trigger some people. I'm a huge animation buff. I'll probably, I'd like to talk about cartoons, if not on this channel. Maybe I'll have a secondary channel for like animated stuff. But I am not a big fan of Pixar movies. I know that's sacrilegious to some people. I really like Up. You know, Up's a good one. Particularly the ending and the beginning of Up. The middle stuff's kind of with the snipe and all that. It's kind of not my favorite. But still a really good movie overall, just like Ellie and stuff, very emotional. But a lot of the Pixar movies that people find emotional just don't really do a lot for me. Finding Nemo's pretty good. Again, not one of my favorites, but it is pretty emotional. I'll give it that. It tugs at the heartstrings. It's a lot more dark than you would expect from Pixar standards, I feel. But I didn't know for the longest time you can just spin these logs away, kind of like a classic Donkey Kong arcade thing there, which I'm surprised they would reference that in a PS1 game back in the day when Crash was kind of the Sony mascot to reference their arch rival Nintendo. Look out for these fire guys. But yeah, anyway, I was talking about Pixar movies. So I really like Finding Nemo's okay. I don't really like Inside Out. I know Inside Out 2 just came out. So we'll see. I might. I'll probably watch that at some point, but I don't know. The first one didn't really do anything for me. I know people, I guess, found it emotional or whatever, but like Bing Bong or whatever, the imaginary friend, I didn't really care much for him. I found him kind of annoying, if I'm being honest, which has been several years since I've watched it. What other Pixar? I've never been a big fan of like Cars. I never saw Cars 3. I did want to see that one. Seemed pretty dramatic, where it's like he gets into a car accident and it's like he's got to learn how to like walk again, basically, but he doesn't have legs because, you know, he's a car. But that one seemed pretty dramatic. That was kind of interesting. I would kind of like to see that one. I never saw the second one, but I heard that one was pretty terrible, where they're like spies or something. I don't know, like Mater's like a spy and they got to go on like just like traveling to different countries. I think they go to like Japan and places doing something, I don't know what, but just very different. And they had like the plane spin-off, which I never watched. That didn't really look very interesting to me. What else is there from DreamWorks? They got Soul. That's one I didn't really care for that much either. I know a lot of people really liked it and found it dramatic, or just found it emotional, like made them cry, but like that one didn't do anything for me either. Coco was pretty good. I don't know if I loved it as much as most people, but Coco, I'd give it probably an 8 out of 10. It was pretty good. Although I have heard that apparently they kind of ripped that story off, like they stole Coco's identity basically from this real Hispanic woman. I don't know how true that is, but she definitely looks the part, so I wouldn't be too surprised considering Disney also stole The Lion King, I think. Yeah, Coco was pretty good, but as far as like, where did I miss the crystal at? Okay, I guess we'll have to go back through that one. I don't know if it was where I went down the death route. So let's replay that one real fast and get the crystal, because we have to have all the crystals, even if I'm not going for 100%. We've got to get all those just to advance to the next world. Just to beat the game, we got to have all 25 of the crystals. So let's get back in here and get that. I forgot. I don't know. I kind of don't think that I talked about this in part 1 of our playthrough. I can't remember. Apologies if I did. But it's kind of funny. There's a little Easter egg where, because Cortex, he tells us at the start of the game, like he claims that he's our friend now, and we got to work together to stop this thread of some kind that can only be stopped if we can harness all the power of the crystals for Cortex to use for his machine to save the world or whatever. Yeah, there's the crystal. And so it's this might be the rest of the boxes we missed. No, I don't think so. I think there was a lot more than this that we still needed. Yeah, I don't think that we can get all the boxes right now, so we won't worry about that. We'll just focus on getting to the end. I can't remember exactly where that death route dropped us off at. Route. I don't know which way you pronounce it. I tend to use either or. It's one of those words where it just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Kind of like O-U-R. You can say that hour or R, and or no, sorry, A-R-E you can say is like R or hour, depending on the, well, I don't know if it really depends on the context so much, but I tend to use it situationally, depending on what I'm talking about. I might change the pronunciation of it there, okay, yeah, so we've got our next gem there. Now Cortex is going to come out and say something to us, and we'll skip it here. We don't need to listen to what he says. We're on to what's probably my favorite boss fight in the game, Tiny Tiger. Oh wait, his level shows up here. See, in the original version of the game, you would have to go up the elevator, and then it would like just take you to the boss, like in between floors. But in this game, it doesn't do that. It's its own separate portal you have to go through, which I always forget that. But yeah, let's hop in here and murder this guy. I love the music that plays, just the I can't hear it too well right now, where I've got the headset on, as always, not wanting the mic to pick it up. So I probably wasn't in sync with the music at all when I was imitating it there. But yeah, I don't know. It's just real catchy. Just probably one of the best Crash Bandicoot tracks. But I will say, as much as I love the Crash Bandicoot games, and the music's decent, I wouldn't say that the music is like the main sticking point for me. I would say a lot of the Crash music is, I have nostalgia for it, where I grew up with it and played it so much. But I would say if you haven't played Crash, if you just played it like 1 or 2 times, probably most of the music would be pretty forgettable. I doubt that you would really remember most of that. But yeah, I think this guy is dead now. So this boss fight's just kind of hopping around, just playing a game of leapfrog. There comes his lifeless corpse back up to just fall to his death again. Yeah, he just kind of hopped from platform to platform, and when it flashes red, you probably don't need me to explain it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just hop over to the where it's safe and try to lure him to where he will hop, off the cliff and die. So let's go up to the next floor here and skip whatever Cortex has to say, and then we'll probably save it and call it quits for this episode. See, is Cortex, is he going to come out and say something to us? No? I thought he would. Normally he says something at the end of every floor. But yeah, I guess he's just not gonna show up this time. Usually in kind of this space where the boss shows up, in the original game there was just kind of an empty wall where you would go to save your progress, but now you just hit a button that opens up a menu. I kind of thought that was still on here. I thought they still had that that thing that where you save your progress. But anyway, let's save it onto a separate file here, just that way in case anything happens and any of this footage gets lost, and I can, if I have to go back and replay any of that. But hoping and praying that doesn't happen, because I really do not want to play all this a second time and record it all over again. But yeah, that's the end of World 3. We've been recording for about 42 minutes now, so I think we will go ahead and call it here. And yeah, stay tuned for the next episode for part 4, where we will complete the 4th world of the game. And yeah, we'll probably be wrapping it up in just 2 more parts. There's only like 5 worlds, so depending on whether or not, we might do an extra episode or something if I have to go back and get all the gems or something. But yeah, we'll try to at least wrap up the game, beat Cortex, and roll the credits in 2 more episodes. So yeah, stay tuned, you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Feel free to like and subscribe and click the notification bell, whatever that does or whatever. Apparently that's an important thing to say, but I don't know what difference that really makes. I don't expect you to do all that. I think that's where what you get like notifications on your phone whenever I upload a video. That's kind of obnoxious. Don't hit the notification bell. If that hurts my algorithm or whatever, I don't get as many views, that's fine. Who wants to hit the notification bell? That's a hassle. But if you want to subscribe and leave a like, I would appreciate it. Leave a comment and let me know, I don't know, who's more orange, Crash Bandicoot or Donald Trump? Which one of them's the most orange? I don't know. Or Chester the cheetah. He's the Cheetos mascot, right? I don't know. They always say, in the comments, be sure and comment blah 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 to boost the engagement and help the algorithm so it'll show up in people's recommendations. So comment your favorite orange person. Is it Crash? Is it Donald Trump? Is it Chester Cheetah? Is it some other 4th thing I'm not thinking about? Yeah, we'll just hop right back into this in the next episode. So thanks very much, guys. Bye.